Guess who got Rona? So I just watched Belle, and I have a couple of things to say about it. So first off, Belle is a pretty recent movie, came out last year, and I noticed there was a lot of hype around it on my social media and on YouTube recommendations. There was just a lot of like highlights and things to look out for. Also, if it's super loud in my house, that's just a given. But yeah, so it's made by Studio Chizu, which brought us Boy and the Beast, Wolf Children, and I've seen both. I have not seen Wolf Children, but I have seen Boy and the Beast, and I love that movie. I absolutely love the movie. The art style is very iconic. I love the art style of this studio, and I guess I'll jump right into it. So I'll start off with the things that I love. I absolutely loved the animation in this movie. It's so stunning. It's absolutely amazing. The use of CGI and 3D modeling combined with traditional art is just phenomenal. It works so well, and it's just such a pretty movie. That's honestly all I gotta say about it. Like, it's so pretty. It's so goddamn pretty. The music was out of this world. The score, like when Belle's singing, I love it. The music, so good. The music is so good. Yeah, phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. The emotional scenes, you know, I was kind of just laughing at most of them. I didn't really get connected with a lot of the side characters. I honestly didn't know. By the way, this is a non-spoiler free, so I will be saying spoilers of the movie. If you do want to watch the movie, don't watch the rest, honestly. But yeah, overall, that's pretty much what I loved. Like, I loved everything that I said. Now, I'm gonna move on to the plot points because I have a lot. So, I didn't really like the main character. I guess it was just played off. Usually, like, traumatized characters that have to, like, really be well written. Otherwise, I just find them incredibly annoying throughout the movie. And they just conflict a lot. I don't know, that's just me, and I'm probably just tired and I don't know what I'm saying. Local girl who can't pick up context cues doesn't know how to give a proper movie review. Yeah, it's not really a plot point, it's just something I kind of find annoying. So, moving on to spoiler territory. In the movie, there's this, like, Justice Force Police, kind of like the Redditors on... moderators on Reddit. And this guy who has, like, a shit ton of sponsors, he comes in and he's like, oh, I'm gonna unveil you to the Beast, who just shows up randomly. Belle has, like, one concert. She has one, and she doesn't even sing in it. What is that? What is that? She has one goddamn concert. One! And during this concert, this guy, like, shows up and starts beating the shit out of people, and she's immediately like, who's that? I can fix him. Like, what on freaking earth? What happened? Like, and here's the thing, everyone here has a virtual avatar, so no one knows who you are. So for all she known, that could have been like a fucking 40-year-old man in a basement. Like, why was she so attracted to an avatar? Honestly, same though. Like, if I saw like a cute penguin on Club Penguin, I would also be like, so like, are you gonna invite me to your igloo, or? But that's besides the point. So yeah, so she immediately falls in love with this Beast, and just, I don't know, just immediately starts falling in love with him after one interaction, and he doesn't even say anything to her. He's like, oh, don't look at me. Oh, don't look at me. And she's like, who is he? I kind of have to find him. And I'm like, and everyone's like, oh, we don't know who this Beast is. And then her and her friend just start harassing, like, this tattoo artist because the guy has similar markings as the avatar in the game, as the Beast, and they're like, are you the Beast? And he's like, can you fuck off? Leave me alone. Oh my god. So I thought that was really funny. Other plot point, why did she try to kiss the Beast? Why did she try to kiss the Beast? Why would she try to do that? Like I said, she finds the castle where the guy lives, and spoilers, it's called Beauty and the Beast, hee hee ha ha. But why did she try to kiss the guy? They had like one dance sequence sequence together. And by the way, none of these fuckers had a decent conversation. It went like this. Who are you? Leave me alone. Don't look at me. Who are you? I said leave me alone. So we gonna date or what? Honestly, how it went down, and suddenly they like start dancing up in the air. The visual is really beautiful, by the way. I do want to emphasize that everything here is just so beautifully drawn and made, but that does not excuse the fucking plot point. And like she just immediately starts to go to kiss him, and he closes his eyes and she just goes in for a hug instead, which I was like, whew, we saved ourselves a lawsuit, because again, she doesn't know how old this guy is. Everyone here is anonymous. Sorry, it's my COVID acting up. Other plot point, yeah, she falls in love with this random guy, and everyone's like, ooh, you're in love with a bad boy, aren't you? And she's like, Nani, no I'm not. And they're like, yeah, you are. Why don't you write a song for him? And she's like, I can never do that. Like, okay. And there's like, during all this, when she's not in the virtual world, when she's not playing Roblox, she's just like, I don't know, just out and about having a slice of life with her like buddies who aren't really her buddies, and there's a guy that she kind of likes. I thought the main guy who she was talking to, like her childhood best friend, was gonna be the Beast. I was bamboozled, cause then when they're trying to find the Beast, they're like, oh, we gotta, and then like her friend, her fucking hacker friend, I love her by the way, the hacker friend is so fucking funny. She's like, oh, I'm searching the database and I gotta find who the Beast, I gotta find who the Beast is before he's uncovered. And again, we're not, that's the other thing. There's a thing called Unveiled. The Justice guys just say Unveiled. Like, we don't know if, yeah, we don't know. They just keep on saying, oh, we're gonna unveil the Beast. Like, what does that mean for anybody here? And nobody ever mentions it. And they're like, there's not even a line where they're like, oh, if you get she's not like, oh, what does unveil mean? They're like, no one's like, oh, unveil means you get like your account blocked, or like they find out who you are in real life and then you can't play the game again. It's like, they don't say what it is. So I'm sitting there like, okay, what does unveil mean? What, you're gonna show the world that they're like a 50-year-old man in Ohio, and then what? What? You just take away their anonymity? And then what? Do they keep on playing? What? And then, yeah. And then like, by the very end, when she does get unveiled, she gets unveiled, she's just like, oh, because she finds out it's a 14-year-old boy, by the way. Because the kid's like doing a live stream, and oh, surprise, turns out it's because they have an abusive father, and their father's like about to beat the shit out of them. And then it turns out, oh, it's a 14-year-old boy. Excuse me? What? That was like the biggest shock that I got, honestly, out of all of it. Just the fact that it was a 14-year-old boy and she was about to fucking kiss him. Don't they know what, like, minors don't interact? Honestly. Fucking honestly. And then, after that, she's like, I have to find out where they live. And then so she unveils herself, and everyone's like, oh, it's just a girl. It's not this hot pop star or whatever. And then she sings, and the musical number was pretty neat, I'll say that. And then after all that's done, they start Skyping, and he's like, our addresses, and then their dad, I assume, start beating the shit out of them. And then this homegirl finds out where they live. And they're like, oh, I live here in the countryside, and they're like 3 hours away from where I live. Let me go drive there and like get their ass, cause like I don't know what's gonna happen to them. Like, and like they do call the police. They're just like, hello, we need child protective services. Do I need to remind every one of you that she was gonna kiss this boy? Yeah. And so she gets dropped off at the train station, and then, yeah, she gets dropped off. So she gets dropped off at this train station, and she's just running. She does not have a wallet. She does not have her phone. She does have her phone, but she's just running blindly. She doesn't have an address. She literally just got this loosely. It's as if she saw like, oh, Big Ben is in the background. They're in London. So then she just goes, but like, London where? Do you know how big a fucking city is? So then she finds the boy miraculously, and then the dad comes and just starts fucking beating the shit out of her. Trigger warning, but they just start beating the absolute shit out of this girl. And no, they don't. The dad doesn't actually do that. He's just like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. That's like you flinched. That's literally the dad during the whole interaction. And then the two hug it out, the 14-year-old boy and the girl. And did I mention he has a brother too that's like 10 years old or something? And then they all hug it out because the dad like starts running and screaming. And then the 14-year-old boy, the beast, you know, the beast, and Belle, they hug it out. And I got so uncomfortable at this point because they're like this. They're like this close. They're like this. This is their mouths. And then they're like this, forehead to forehead. And then he's like, oh, Belle, or Susie, because her name is Susie. Her name is Susie. I forgot what the other guy's name is. We'll just call him Beast for now. And he's like, oh, Susie, I know what I have to do now. You do? Yeah. I love you, Belle. And I was like, I was like, no, because they look like they're about to kiss. Like I thought they were about to kiss. Did I mention that she's 17? Very weird way to show platonic friendship, guys. And like they've known each other for like what I assume to be like 3 days. Not even. Romeo and Juliet had a longer love story than these two had. And then yeah, then the movie ends. And suddenly Suzy has like this fucking confidence out of nowhere, and then the movie ends. Like, yeah, those are the plot points, and I also did not get the ending. Like, we don't know. Oh yeah, that's my final plot point. We don't know if those boys got fucking CPS on their ass. We don't know that. It's just kind of left in the blue. He just ends the conversation saying like, oh, Belle, like, I know what I have to do now. Okay, is your abusive dad no longer going to be in the picture? Like, what's going to happen? Are you going to call the cops? Hello? Where are you going to stay? And yeah, the movie ends that way, and then I started writing down notes and recording this video. I'm giving my final score on Belle out of 10. I'm giving it a 7 out of 10, mainly because it gets extra points because it's just such a pretty movie. If anything, it's just a pretty movie. I dock points off of it because I don't like the plot. I really did not like the plot. But, yeah, 7 out of 10. Solid 7 out of 10. I recommend it. I really do recommend it. Go watch it yourself. You'll probably interpret it way differently than I did. And you'll probably get a better meaning out of it because I got something totally different out of it. I was kind of just screaming my head anytime those two interacted. But, yeah, overall, pretty good movie. Solid movie. And that's my Glen review.